All right, the final chapter before your test. This is volume of prisms and cylinders, okay? So let's just get into it. All right. You don't need to write this down, but just listen, okay? So typically for a rectangular prism, the volume for it is given by length times width times height, okay? So you got these three measurements here, the length, the width, and you got the height. Now, if you notice in this specific formula, you have this length times width section here. And you know that this formula here is for the area of a rectangle, okay? And then this purple area here in the diagram is the shaded area for the area of a rectangle. Now, if you think about it, the volume of a rectangular prism stems from the area of a rectangle multiplied by its height, okay? So this here, this A would be considered the area of the base. And you need to apply this formula here every single time. So volume is equal to area of base times height. Okay, that's all you need to know. Now what's this one here? So yeah, that's just what I was just talking about before. Okay, really important here. Area of the base must represent the area of the cross section. Okay, so this is the formula. Area of cross section, aka area of base, that works as well. Multiplied by height, V equals A times H. So you're just finding the area of the shaded area, and then you are multiplying it by the height. Now, these are some examples of prisms, okay, with the cross sections. You have triangle, you have trapezium, you have circle, okay. Now, what you would call these shapes are triangular prisms. You have trapezoidal prism, and then circle it's not cylindrical prism, it's called a cylinder, okay. Let's just go through some examples together. So find the volume of these prisms. So you have this shaded area here, which they've given it to you as 10 centimeters squared, and we have the height here being 3 centimeters. So if we just apply a formula V equals AH, this is the same thing as A times H. Our A is 10, our H is 3. This just equals to 30 centimeters squared. Now, for our second example, it's a bit different here. So this is a triangular prism here, but they haven't given us the area for the cross section. So what you have to do is you need to figure it out yourself, okay? So find A. Now, to find A, I would do is I would just get a pen and just highlight the area that I want. So the area of the triangle here. Now, if you were to redraw this triangle, I am given the base is 4 meters and the height here is 2. Okay. So the area of a triangle is found using the formula base times height divided by 2. And if you just substitute those numbers in, I end up with 4 meters squared. And now to find the volume, I just do A times H, or so this is like the official H right there. So it now becomes 4 times 8, which equals to 32 meters cubed. Now, try this out for yourself, okay? Just follow my example. You should be fine. Um, I'll just pause the video, show you the solutions, and then we'll move on. So these are the solutions right here. You should be able to get these quite convincingly. Now, I actually forgot about this. So as you can see here, I made a mistake. When I found the volume of this weird shape here, I put in squared, but the correct answer is cubed. Okay, so make sure, just remember volume, you always want to write your stuff in cubed. Okay, let's just go through volume of a cylinder. Now, we know a cylinder is not a prism, okay, because for the prism, it needs like you need like rectangular-ish, okay? Rectangular-ish sides, but the cylinder doesn't satisfy those conditions. But the thing with cylinders is that you can find the area of the cross section is uniform. Uniform just means the same, okay? And then the cross section itself is an actual circle. So what you can do is you can use the area of the circle instead, which is highlighted right here, and you just multiply it by the height. Hence, the formula for volume of a cylinder is V is equal to pi r squared h. Okay. Now I'll just go through this really quickly. I'm given this weird cylinder here. It's got 2 centimeters, 10 centimeters. Now I can easily deduce the 2 centimeters is the radius based on the distance from the center to the edge. And then the 10 centimeters is the height. So if I just substitute these values in to V is equal to pi r squared h. So pi 2 squared and then 10. If I type this out exactly on the calculator, so if I were to get this out, it's pretty big. So I just got to fix it up. Just got to make it fit the screen size. And let's see if this fits. Yeah, sort of. Okay. So if I do pi, and I'm going to put in brackets 2 squared 10. If I type that out exactly, I get 40 pi. And to convert this to decimal form, you just press the double arrowed button right here, and it converts it to decimal place for you, okay? So your answer would be 125.66 centimeters cubed, okay? Now for my second example, I have 20 meters and I have 14 meters. Now the 14 meters, okay, it covers this whole circle from edge to edge here. So what we're actually given here is the diameter. So diameter equals 14 meters. Now the formula that we use to find the volume of a circle, it requires radius. So to find radius, remember, you just divide the diameter by 2, which equals to 7. And once we have that, we can just substitute it into our formula. And if we type that in exactly into our calculator, pi bracket 7 close bracket square, and then the height was 20, I get 980 pi. And this just equals to 3078.76. So 3078.76 meters cubed. Okay. Now I'm just going to move all of this across if I can. Just move it slightly. There we go. Okay. So volume is 3078.76 meters cubed. And that's all. Try this out for yourselves. Um, I'll be back real soon. So these are the answers here. Please compare it to what you've done. Hopefully, this is what you achieved. Okay. If you feel stuck, just refer back to this working out right here. Okay. Um, so this is pretty much all of chapter 4i. Pretty straightforward. please just do the questions on the activity on the worksheet that I gave to you all, or you could find a digital copy on Google Classroom. Okay, goodbye.